Filthy goddamn savages. Yeah, I mean, now here's the thing. If, again, these people are not reasonable. They don't use words. They're not rational. Like Thunderf00t, if he has an ounce of intellectual integrity, which he doesn't, the guy is a walking lie. He's not even a real person. Okay, he's just a giant contradiction. He's a desperate need for narcissistic supply more than he is a person. If he was a real person, though, if he was a real boy, he would apologize for defaming me the way he did in such an idiotic manner. If he had an ounce of integrity, he would apologize. The probability of a liberal ever admitting they're wrong is the probability that Thunderf00t will ever apologize to me. They're not people.
The only way that could possibly happen is if that would be demanded by popular vote or what have you. What he perceives to be the popular vote.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Which defeats the fucking purpose.
Oh, exactly. It's not an apology. It's more acquiescing to the mob.
Yeah, I hope I'm not over-focusing on him. He is just such a wonderful example of what's wrong with the world.
Well, he's a perfect example, yeah. I mean,
he's an otherwise smart person that decides to be dumb.
Yes. For the sake of narcissistic supply, he undermines his own intelligence.
And it could also be that, he has worked at being smart, at being a chemist, or whatever the hell he does. I don't know or care. But, yeah, he doesn't really apply the same kind of intellectual rigorousness to his politics, but he insists on talking about it. Which is, I suppose, what everyone does, so that's why he gets away with it.
Actually, that's a brilliant point you just made. It's now our problem with, listen, if you're just an asshole mouthing off in a bar, who cares, right?
Mm-hmm.
But and again, Sargon of Akkad has bragged about the fact that he has no ethics because he's not technically a journalist. You know what, asshole? You have enough subscribers. You're a fucking journalist, asshole. Begin adopting ethics, you cowardly piece of shit. And hey, somebody time code this and link this to that fucking faggot Sargon. Sargon, you were the problem with Gamergate. Anita Sarkeesian benefited Gamergate by being such a nasty piece of shit. Sargon, you destroyed Gamergate with your fucking cowardice, you piece of slime. If I ever meet you in person, Sargon, I'm punching you in the face. Drunkarini is ornery.
Drunkarini has been awake for 5 hours and he's already drunk and ornery.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like I just stopped drinking and now I'm drinking again. Anyway, where was I going somewhere with that point?
Sargon Assad is the problem with Gamergate, problem with the world.
Yeah, these intellectual cowards. As you said, Thunderf00t actually has a brain. He's probably got an IQ of 120 or something like that, which is not.
He's not a dumb person, no.
He sells out his intelligence for the sake of narcissistic supply. Same thing with Sargon of Akkad. That guy, he wants to be the South Park liberal, where he makes snarky comments about how silly politics are, but applies no discipline or rigor to his own thought. He has no ethics. He's proud of the fact that he has no ethics. And you know what? Everybody just wants to mouth off about their opinion without being accountable. That's the fucking problem. Yeah, and that's what you need. Everybody wants to listen to Sargon because he's a mouthy piece of shit with no integrity.
If you're not paying
and that's them. And they don't want to deal with, you and I, everybody here has fucking integrity. We might not always be perfect, we might be hypocrites occasionally, but we try and have integrity. And that intimidates people. They want to be Sargon of Akkad with no ethics and no integrity. Fuck you, Sargon.
Well, they really want to believe that They want to believe that confronting evil is super fun and joyful, and it's not a horrible mindfuck. Again, something I love pushing in my games. No,
Yeah, and
confronting evil hurts.
Yeah, do you know what the worst part of confronting evil is? The evil within you shines all the brighter.
Yep.
That's why evil's fucking terrifying, because you are a shitty person. We all are.
Yep.
And you know what? These goddamn liberals, the Sargons and the Thunderfoots, want to walk around cosplaying that they're saints.
They don't want to pay the price.
They don't want to pay. Sainthood is expensive. Sainthood is very, very expensive. And they don't want to pay the price. They want to be saints as opposed to work towards becoming saints. And so they walk around there. They pretend to be rational. They pretend to be smart. They pretend to be intellectual. But they never, ever apply that to anything that hurts. And this is the goddamn problem. This is the generation of fucking narcissists that we have. Everybody wants to cosplay being something. And then the moment a man actually becomes something, the moment he actually stands for something, they all laugh derisively. Because they don't want to believe that there's a such thing as a hero. They don't want to believe in paladins. They don't want to believe in virtue or decency or integrity or truth. They just want to cosplay. The fucking world's turning into a goddamn anime convention. Fuck these people. You know what? You guys are going to deserve the gas camps. And I'm not talking, and that's not a threat. Okay, I'm going to be the motherfucker fighting the death camps. You are the ones going to be voting in your own death camps, and you are going to deserve every moment of rape and torture and watching your children die in front of you. You deserve every bit of that. That is God's justice. I'm already going to be dead. I will have been tortured to death before any of this occurs, and I'm going to be in heaven laughing at you people in hell.
God, this makes me want to write another game.
Fuck you, Sargon.
That is the best rant ever.